Hello my quilting friends, my name is Leah Day and welcome to this Frame and Quilting Friday video. So a few weeks ago I had a major change up. I got the Grace Qnique 21, I put that downstairs on my Continuum quilting frame, and I moved my 15-inch Qnique long arm upstairs to my Qzone frame. So here it is, and I want you to see just how much space I have now. I don't necessarily have to worry now so much about going all the way back to the very back. Obviously I don't want to run into my back clamps, but I no longer have to worry about that needle bar that I was dealing with on my home sewing machines. So that's something that immediately just, I don't know, it just kind of helped me relax when it came to quilting on this frame. And that is something that I mentioned in some of the very first videos. I think the very first video that I shared on the Qzone, I hit these back clamps with my needle bar and it makes a really loud sound and it was really scary. So that was definitely something that concerned me. And I found a solution whenever I was quilting on that, the frame with my home sewing machine. That was to place a block of wood or a book to the back. You can just cut yourself a block of wood that, you know, basically will stop you from going all the way back on your carriage. And you want to stop about 1.5 inches or so before you get too close to those clamps. But now that I'm on a long arm, it doesn't matter because I don't have a needle bar. It's basically just the back of my foot here. And again, I don't want to get too close, but it's no longer that much of a concern. Another thing that I really love about having this machine on this frame is having a stitch regulator. And you can absolutely get a stitch regulator. It's called the Sure Stitch for a home sewing machine. But the only thing is, there's a limit to the machines that are compatible with the Sure Stitch. And my machine wasn't on the list. I tried it out anyway and it totally didn't work. So that's why I decided I just make the list on my website, so you can't buy it unless your machine actually is a part of that list and is compatible with the Sure Stitch. And that was just one of those things where I was already at the point where I was like, okay, I had gotten frustrated with only having 5 inches to quilt in. And that was another reason where I was just like, all right, we're ready to make this change and get a lot more space in this frame. Now, a couple things that I did have to change on the frame. I actually expanded to the front here because I found when the frame was set up and it only had basically set up to the first notch. This is adjustable to the front. And when I was set up to the first notch, I found that my machine could go a little bit further and I needed to expand it a little bit. So I unscrewed, it's basically I think 1 or 2 screws underneath on this top bar, and then I just slid it out and then tightened those screws again. Not a very big deal at all. And as you can see, I have a lot more space to quilt in. Let me grab a tape measure and I can actually measure the space. And this is the thing that's good to keep in mind is you're gonna always lose space for the rails on your frame. So downstairs on my Continuum frame, when I had this machine set up on that frame, I could comfortably quilt a 10-inch block. Sometimes that was pushing it a little bit. I had to really be careful to get that 10-inch block perfectly centered up in the frame. And that's because I was losing space because that back rail was pretty big. It was a pretty meaty back rail and that was taking up a lot of space. Well, now I feel like I actually have more space on this machine, on this frame, because the rails are smaller. And that's, I think, one of those interesting kind of quirks of how all this stuff works. And I'm being really liberal here with my measurement. I'm not going all the way back. I'm kind of pulling the machine forward just a little bit. And then let me measure this. And yeah, I've got 12 inches. Now I don't know that I would necessarily try and quilt a 12-inch block because as the quilt rolls up, obviously this area is going to get bulkier and that's going to push the machine backwards. But I think I do have maybe about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch more space on this frame than I do downstairs, and that's largely because the bars on this frame are a little bit smaller. So keep that in mind as far as the space that you start with, the harp space of your machine, whether it's a whole machine or a long arm. You're going to start with a certain amount of space. In this case, it's 15 inches. You're going to lose some space for the bulk of the quilt rolling up here, the rail on the frame. All of that is going to take up a little bit of space and a little bit of space. and then you're going to end up with a certain amount to quilt in. And I gotta say, this is so much nicer to be able to quilt a good solid, 11 to 12 inches on this frame and be able to knock out that much space in one pass. Okay, one other thing that I changed, you can probably see it, and that is the luminous light bar. And that is some serious light. You don't realize how dark a room is, and I have, kind of a not all that great bulb in my ceiling fan here. You don't realize just how dim it is until you turn on something like this. And I love this. And, when I plan to move the Qzone frame and this long arm out to my crafty cottage, I was like, well, am I going to use this? Is this just going to collect dust? And I thought, no, I'm going to set this over a craft desk because, it's 6 feet wide. I can totally put a folding table or something underneath it, and it gets out so much light. It's so nice to have. So yeah, it was an investment, but I'm so happy that I have the light now and I can play on this machine and really see what I'm doing. So I'm excited about this change. Let's turn on the machine and get some quilting in and just talk over some of the changes that I'm still getting used to as I quilt with a Grace Qnique 15-inch long arm on the Qzone frame. So something I've been starting to do is running a line of basting stitches around my quilting space. And the reason being, it's just nice to see how much space you've got to work in. So I'm running straight down towards myself, and yep, there was a little blip over where my kind of the legs of the Qzone, this 15-inch long arm kind of hit the rails of the Qzone frame. And that's the thing you've got to watch out for, is that you might find that your space within the frame has shrunk ever so slightly, because the wheels on this particular Qnique really do extend a little bit. And so be careful about that. So I'm going to pull up thread here and just stitch a few designs. And I'm just playing around. Oops. This is the thing. Really be observant always with your machine for anything weird. And I could immediately see that this thread was going completely crazy. And the reason is there was a guide on the side of the machine that had hopped out, and I knew instantly something was off. So yeah, always be really mindful of your threading, and especially look for anything weird right here around the needle. That lets you know something came unhooked, something wasn't quite right. And that's looking a little bit better. There we go. So I'm swirling around here, just having some fun. Still looks like it's off. Ah, yeah, that still didn't look quite normal, and it had completely hopped out of the tension guide too. Okay, yeah, definite lesson. When you see something and it doesn't look quite right, really pay attention to that and double check the whole threading path. And see now, look at that thread now. It's not really wiggling around, it's not going crazy. And my stitches aren't looking all that great, so let's double check my tension here. That's looking just a little bit tight on the top to me. I'm not seeing a nice delineation between my stitches. And I like to, just feel the back of my quilt sandwich. What it's looking like is that this is just ever so slightly too tight. So I'm going to loosen up on my top tension here. And then maybe do some straight lines. There we go. Kind of didn't really intend to have a tension issue there, but suddenly saw, yeah, that wasn't looking all that good. That stitch in comparison to that stitch, I can definitely see a difference. And when I'm really worried about something, I'll even like bend over and check underneath the frame. And I put my hand on top of it so I can clearly see the stitches, because sometimes the light will shadow through and I can't see them. But now we're back on track. It's looking good. Okay, so I've got my ruler foot attached so I can do some ruler foot quilting. And as you can see, I can also do some nice big open shapes. And because I have that basting stitch set up, I know exactly how much space I can quilt in. I really love that. Now, a design just a few weeks ago that I shared was a really large super spiral, and I shared that on a quilt where I was just aiming to quilt it in an hour or less, and I did. Now, you can absolutely do that on this frame too. As you can see, I can still manage those exact same nice huge spirals, and that's roughly on an inch and a half scale. So you can absolutely do that same design, bring it all the way down, Whenever the machine beeps at you, that lets you know you're going just a little bit too fast, so watch out for that. But there we go. So let's play around with some designs I think would be really good to start with if you're just getting started. I really love loopy line. Nice big loops. See my hands moving? Just a gentle push. You don't have to clench the handlebars. Open up your hands. You know, just go to a fingertip pressure. If you feel like you're really clenching, just keep in mind this is just so much easier on your body. It's so much easier on your shoulders and neck. You know, just go to fingertip pressure if you're really like clenching down on these handlebars. You don't want to do that. And keep it really light. And just see how easy it is to pull that machine around and form those shapes. Now, what if loops are really not your thing, or that just really won't fit your quilt? Well, for a man's quilt, I really like a design I call zippling. I don't know what it is about it, but straight lines and sharp angles, I just really feel like that looks masculine. And this is just a zigzaggy stippling. So it's the exact same design stippling, only all straight lines and sharp angles. That looks really good. Little boy's quilt, that's gonna look great. Whoop, a little bit too fast there, Leah. Now another design that I think would be really good is, it's called circuit board. It's all straight lines and sharp angles again, only now 90-degree angles. And this is actually really interesting. This is very, very easy to stitch on the frame. And the reason is, you know, the wheels on the frame really love to go straight horizontal or straight vertical. So this is definitely going to be a design that, you know, might not necessarily work for your brain. Like I don't really think easily in, you know, in fluid straight lines. Like I'm having trouble forming like a really random pattern, but the machine really likes it. So it just feels really easy. I don't have to think about it quite so much as far as like keeping that straight line straight. It's just kind of naturally doing it on its own. And all I have to do is just focus in on those movements. And again, keeping my hands really light on the long arm, not putting it in a death grip, you know, not clenching those handles super tight, just keeping it nice and light. Very good. So I am having a great time. I love having this much space to quilt in, and I love how this is going to allow me to quilt even more quilts that much faster. Now that being said, you can absolutely stick with your home sewing machine. You know, definitely knock out several quilts, because wherever you begin, whether it's quilting on your home sewing machine or quilting on a long arm, all of that skill is really beneficial, meaning it's never a waste of your time. You get really good stitching circuit board or stitching zippling, you know, whichever design, or loopy line, whatever you get really good at and you really memorize, that design is going to stick with you. It's kind of like building a relationship. Once you know how to stitch it easily, then you're going to be able to stitch it on any quilt, anywhere. Whether it's on, you know, a big scale like this, or if you want to stitch tiny. If you want to go down to, you know, quilting like this and do some tiny fills, you can do that too. It's not as easy. You know, it's definitely not as easy with a ruler foot on the machine, because I can't really see my needle all that well, but you can see it's absolutely possible to do that style of stitching too. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned a lot and enjoyed quilting along with me today. If you'd like to find more videos of Frame Quilting Friday as I experiment with long arm quilting on many different types of frames, you can check out the entire series at leahday.com/frame. I'm also a dealer for Grace Company, so you can come and check out the Grace Qnique 15R or 14 plus and the Qzone frame that I'm working on here today, and the Luminous Light Bar, which is, I think, one of my absolute favorite products now. You can check out all of that at leahday.com/grace. And don't forget to use the coupon code Hello My Quilting Friends to save $100 on either your machine or frame purchase. Until next time, let's go quilt.